13th, 2011 to order. We'll begin with a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Chief, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Kobe.
Present.
Councilman Veras. Here. Councilwoman Demko.
Here.
Councilman DeLoss.
Here.
Councilman Sarsfield. Here. Council President Katina.
Here.
Mayor Kubistik. Here. All present.
We'll begin with Administration and Finance. Councilman Beers.
The first motion is to approve the minutes from the meeting.
Sorry, public comment on any of the agenda items tonight. No public comments? Seeing that
Just on these items?
on the agenda items, yes. Okay.
I have a question about, how do you find out what these are? When I read these, it doesn't really mean anything to me.
We have a workshop meeting the following, last Monday that begins at 6 o'clock. And basically we go through all of these motions at the workshop meeting. It usually lasts from 6 to 10 or 11, what have you. So we go through all of this and we discuss all of these. And any time you're uncertain about anything, you can always ask for clarification as to what exactly any of these are. You can call any of us, you can even ask, and I mean, if you want to know something tonight, by all means, I mean, you can.
No, not necessarily, but I know sometimes it'll say in an ordinance or whatever, and I just thought maybe there was somewhere on the website or something that would say what these things were about.
No, but that is a very good suggestion. It's something I think we do definitely need to look into.
Okay, thanks.
Councilman Beers, Administration and Finance.
First motion to approve the minutes from the meeting of May the 2nd, 2011, and May 9th, 2011.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Roll call vote, please, Chief.
Councilwoman Kobe.
Yes.
Councilman Veras.
Yes.
Councilwoman Demko.
Yes.
Councilman DeLoss.
Yes.
Councilman Sarsfield.
Yes.
President Katina.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Second motion to approve the June bill list and addendum.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Roll call vote, please, Chief.
Councilman Sarsfield.
Yes.
Councilman DeLoss.
Yes.
Councilwoman Demko.
Yes.
Councilman Veras.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kobe.
Yes.
President Katina.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Third motion to adopt ordinance number 2353, an ordinance of the Borough of Carnegie relative to the establishment and maintenance of police employee pension, annuity, insurance, and benefit fund or funds to amend certain provisions of the pension plan or program applicable to the police of said borough to comply with Act 600 of the 1956 requirements regarding intervening military service.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Roll call vote, please, Chief.
Councilman Veras.
Yes.
Councilwoman Demko.
Yes.
Councilman DeLoss.
Yes.
Councilman Sarsfield.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kobe.
Yes.
President Katina.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Next motion to approve an amendment to the employment agreement between the Borough of Carnegie and United Steel, Paper and Forestry, Rubber, Manufacturing, Energy, Allied Industrial, and Service Workers International Unions, Local 1048, allowing employees the option to decline employer-provided health insurance and alternately be provided family, dental, and vision coverage insurance by the borough effective May 31st, 2011.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to approve payment to Striegert, Inc. in the amount of $26,093 for emergency repair replacement of the roof coping on the municipal building.
Second.
Motion Motion has been made, seconded, roll call vote, please, Chief.
Councilwoman Kobe,
Yes.
Councilman Veras,
Yes.
Councilwoman Demko,
Yes.
Councilman Delos,
Yes.
Councilman Sarsfield,
Yes.
President Katina.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Code enforcement, Councilwoman Kobe, please.
Thank you, President Katina. Motion to advertise ordinance number 2354, an ordinance of the Borough of Carnegie, providing for the regulation of grading and excavation within the borough.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Mr. President, could you explain that a little bit for our residents?
We don't have an ordinance on the books right now that basically provides for any time you do excavation or any type of grading within the borough of Carnegie. We have several existing structures that we have some concerns about. And we basically believe that by passing this ordinance, it will help us control basically the land use and the land structure, prevent the runoff, and allow us to control a little better, make the town look a little better as well. Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion carries. Public Works, Councilwoman Demko.
Here. Motion to approve resolution number 2011-12, a resolution of the Borough of Carnegie authorizing the President of Council to execute an agreement between the Borough of Carnegie and the Allegheny County Sanitary Authority for the Carnegie Park Stream Removal Project as required by the consent order.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries.
Motion to approve the first payment of $55,000 to Alcazan for the Carnegie Park Stream Removal Project as required by the agreement between the Borough and Alcazan.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Roll call vote, please, Chief.
Councilwoman Kobe,
Yes.
Councilman Veras,
Yes.
Councilwoman Demko,
Yes.
Councilman Delos,
Yes.
Councilman Sarsfield,
Yes.
President Katina.
Yes, and
Vote.
I'm sorry.
Motion passes.
Just to clarify, we're one of two communities, I believe. I'm sorry. We're one of two communities, Chief, that we've partnered with Alcazan, I believe.
That's correct, we're one of two.
To receive funds to basically help us pay for the stream removal from Carnegie Park under the consent order, which we're required to do so. So I believe they're giving us $650,000 from Alcazan, or $625,000,
That's correct, it's a nearly $1 million project.
and we're getting a large chunk of that from Alcazan. So that's a great thing for Carnegie, obviously. And we have a letter of understanding with them that we have set payments like we authorized tonight, $55,000. And our portion of the project's going to be about $250,000 overall at this point in time, it looks like. So just to ask some clarification to that motion. Councilwoman Demko, next motion, please.
Motion to permit the Chartiers Valley Boys and Girls Club to use Chiota Field during the months of September and October on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. for their flag football program.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries.
Motion to permit the Chartiers Valley Boys and Girls Club to use 7th Avenue Field during the months of September and October every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. for their flag football program.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries.
Motion to approve payment to Red Zone Robotics in the amount of $12,475 for equipment rental to conduct CCTV work necessary under the O and M portion of the consent order for 2011. And quick comment, I just want everybody to know that our Public Works, by doing this job themselves, had cut the cost of that in half, so.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Roll call vote, please, Chief.
Councilwoman Kobe,
Yes.
Councilman Veras,
Yes.
Councilwoman Demko,
Yes.
Councilman Delos,
Yes.
Councilman Sarsfield.
Yes.
President Catino.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve payment to Amity Asphalt in the amount of $23,294.22 for work completed to date for the 2011 pavement maintenance program.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Roll call vote, please, Chief.
Councilman Sarsfield.
Yes.
Councilman Delos.
Yes.
Councilwoman Demko.
Yes.
Councilman Veras.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kobe.
Yes.
President Catino.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve pay application request number 1 from Independent Enterprises in the amount of $58,267.13 for repair work completed between April 1st, 2011 through May 24th, 2011 for the sanitary sewer point repair project as required by the consent order.
Second.
Comment, please, Mr. President.
Yes.
I have had, and some others of us have had complaints regarding some of the work with this company, and I just want to let everyone know that we are monitoring it very closely. This company has taken over from Jovi, and we're monitoring that very closely also, and that's why they're no longer with us in the borough. So if you have issues with the work they're doing, and especially on your private property, don't hesitate to let us know. Thank you.
Motion has been made and seconded. Roll call vote, please, Chief.
Councilman Delos.
Yes.
Councilwoman Demko.
Yes.
Councilman Veras.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kobe.
Yes.
Councilman Sarsfield.
Yes.
President Catino.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve pay application request number 2 for Robinson Pipe Cleaning in the amount of $96,724.28 for repair work completed between April 1st, 2011 through April 29th, 2011 for the sanitary sewer lining project as required by the consent order.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Councilwoman Kobe.
Yes.
Councilman Veras.
Yes.
Councilwoman Demko.
Yes.
Councilman Delos.
Yes.
Councilman Sarsfield.
Yes.
President Catino.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to offer part-time summer help employment to Justin Dean, David Dodola, Calvin Hatcher, and Montana Trombetta with the Department of Public Works at a salary of $9 per hour with no other benefits pending a physical examination and drug alcohol screening.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Public Safety, Councilperson Sarsfield.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have just one motion this evening, motion A, motion to approve resolution number 2011-10, a resolution of the Borough of Carnegie creating a handicap parking space near 517 Library Avenue.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries.
That's all, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Community Development, Councilman Delos.
Thank you, Mr. President. Motion to approve resolution number 2011-11, a resolution of the Borough of Carnegie approving that the acquisition and subsequent disposition of numerous parcels of vacant property known as lot block numbers 102B142 is in accord with the comprehensive plan of the Borough of Carnegie.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries.
Motion to adopt an ordinance number 2355, an ordinance of the Borough of Carnegie granting the conditional use application of Adawid Islamic Center to utilize the property located at 401 Washington Avenue, block and lot 103H362, as a church and parking lot located at block and lot 103 M4 as parking.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any comment from any members of council or any of us?
Just make a brief comment. I know you're going to take a vote on this today, but I do understand some of the issues that Mrs. Creon brought up as far as, and it was brought up on other avenues too, that we need to look at better communicating with our residents, and I'm sure we can do a better job, all of us included. So that's something that I think we should definitely take from this, so thank you.
Mr. President, yes, could I make a comment, please?
Yes.
I think that if any group had concerns about Muslims coming into Carnegie, it would be my congregation. I think most of you know that I'm the president of the Jewish congregation at Carnegie. We've been here for 115 years. The biggest threat that we have had, and I don't say this in any joking way, the biggest threat we've had so far has been a guy from Mount Lebanon who was certainly not a Muslim. So we are not, our congregation is not concerned. I understand that there's a lot of publicity, certainly concerning Islam in the papers every day. However, I don't consider it to be a threat. I think as council members, we see a lot of problems in the borough that we need to address. Simple things like filling potholes or getting the taxes paid. And we do not consider this to be the crises that many are afraid of. Certainly Carnegie is a very diverse community and has been for the whole history of our town. We've had many different groups living here, and they have not all been accepted. So if we're under some impression that everything has been fine, that is simply not the case in our history. If you know the history of Carnegie, you know that in the early 1920s, the Ku Klux Klan was very active in Carnegie. It was based in the Presbyterian Church that's now Cephalo's nightclub. And what was the big threat? What was the huge threat to the existence of Carnegie at that time that people would take to the streets in violence? The threat was Catholics. Catholics coming from Europe, Eastern Europe, coming into Carnegie. And this was considered to be the scourge, that it was going to destroy the community. I think we could say with a number of people here on council being Catholics that the town has survived and was not trashed, was not destroyed. In fact, I would say that it was made stronger by the fact that we have Ukrainians and Italians and Irish, Poles in our community. And I don't think that this change that's going to happen tonight or in the coming weeks is going to be different than that. Despite the fears that you might have, I do not believe that it's going to be different than that. We have a saying here, as you've probably heard, that all roads lead to Carnegie. I think that has been the case in our history, and it is still the case, as evidenced by this. And the fact that last year, if we recall, we approved an Indian center on Mary Street. Carnegie is going to continue to be a diverse place, and that's why we like living here, because it's a good place to be. We could live in some vanilla suburbia, but we don't. We live in Carnegie because this is where things happen, and we like the diversity. We like the people living close together, and I certainly am not concerned. I know when I think about things that are jeopardies in my life, things that are dangerous to me. I saw in the paper this week, the Department of Transportation says that 44,000 Americans last year were killed crossing the street. Pedestrians crossing the street, 44,000. That's a danger. Getting blown up by Muslims is not a danger to me. And there's a lot of other things that we have to worry about, and I do not consider this to be one of them. Thank you, Mr. President.
I just want to thank Mr. Moas, number one, for his service in the Marine Corps, as well as our chief and any men and women who served in our armed forces. Anybody that knows me knows that's something near and dear to my heart. My father was in World War II. My brother-in-law was in Vietnam. My niece is currently serving in the United States Air Force. My nephew is serving in Afghanistan in the Marine Corps. So I have a large history of service within my family. But I understand that each and every one of my family members that fought and defended democracy, whether here in the United States or across the world, this is the United States. We welcome everybody, no matter what culture. I understand that when I went to grade school at St. Luke's, At that time, there were a lot of Vietnamese families coming to the United States to get away from oppression. And a lot of people had negative comments. Oh, you know, why are we taking these people? This is the United States of America. This is the greatest, strongest nation in the entire world. And we must embrace change, not run from it, because all roads do lead to Carnegie.
Thank you. I would just like to add that we take all the comments that were made tonight. We appreciate you coming tonight and speaking on behalf of this issue, whether you're in favor or against it, obviously. And I do recognize the fact that, like Mr. Prion said, we do need to do a better job communicating with our residents. That's a valid point. Thank you for bringing that. You made very good suggestions about the legal advertising. I like that. That's I'm putting it on our website. That's a good idea. Hopefully we can do that in the very near future, because that is a good point. But I just want to point out that we're not treating the Adawid Islamic Center any different from any other church that would relocate to Carnegie, or any other worship area that would relocate to Carnegie. And based upon the facts of the matter here tonight, and based upon the testimony, I can't hear of any facts that would cause us to vote against the conditional use application. Basically, the burden of proof was pretty much met here tonight, and the Planning Commission recommended it. It was advertised. The conditional use application, like I said, there's no reason to really deny that, unfortunately. And I'm not saying unfortunately, and I don't mean to use that term negatively or what have you, but there's no reason to deny it. Some people obviously asked for a delay of this vote tonight. I don't know what everyone else thinks, but I see no purpose of pushing this back, tabling it, what have you at this point. I think the facts of the matter were presented, and I know even if I hear more public comment, I have to vote with what I feel is right, and what I feel is right is voting affirmatively for this resolution, for this ordinance. So I would just like to again thank everybody for coming out tonight and offering their opinions on this. I wish more people would come to more meetings, and it wouldn't take such a controversial issue to get a few more people to our meetings, because we do try to get the word out. We work hard, but it's hard to get people here, honestly. It is very difficult. So we appreciate you do coming out tonight, speaking one way or another. So, seeing that there's a comment here.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone coming out, and the only thing I can say is, you know, Susie had mentioned she had gotten calls, Mike had gotten calls. I had gotten just a couple emails. I was out most of the day. Just today, people obviously were talking about it, and the comments were all on my answer machine and my email. You know, why wasn't the public informed? Why? And I just want to go on record as saying that I personally think it should be tabled and a story written up, Jeff, in the Signal item, because that seems to be where everybody gets it at their home, free of charge, et cetera, et cetera. And I think there should be a big, long story done, and, you know, see if we do get any other public comment or at the next meeting, and that's just my personal opinion. So.
And just to follow, I'm not so sure that by tabling it, that in any way, you know, it certainly wouldn't change they meet all the criteria. I don't know that anybody that would come forward would show anything that would change our mind. So to delay the progress of you know, them getting the work done, you know, they're ready to start cleaning up the outside, start, you know, taking control of the building. So to delay this for the inevitable, I don't know what we would gain by doing that.
Well, we've delayed other things that weren't as important, number one. And number two, I'm not saying, Mike, it would, Councilperson Roseville, it would change your opinion. I would never do anything to try to change her opinion, because, as I always say, it's my opinion and I'm entitled to it, and it's your opinion and you're entitled to it, whether we agree or disagree. I'm just saying it would give more people a chance, to get the information out there so that they can't come back. My constituents, feel that they needed to know, there should have been something put out, they wanted to know about it before they heard about it on the streets over the weekend. And I don't know about your constituents, but my constituents, want more information. So that's all I can say, I'm sorry.
So do I hear the motion to table?
I'd like to make a motion to table.
Is there a second? Seeing that there's no second, the motion dies. Is there a second to the original motion?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Roll call vote, please, Chief.
Councilwoman Kobe.
No.
Councilman Veras.
Yes.
Councilwoman Demko.
Yes.
Councilman Delos.
Yes.
Councilman Sarsfield.
Yes.
President Katina.
Yes.
Motion passes.
And could I just say one more thing? I've said before, I am only one vote, and I knew it would pass, but I do want to get down on record that my vote was no. Thank you.
Motion to appoint John Ferry to a 3-year term on the Borough of Carnegie Shade Tree Commission effective July 1st, 2011.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to appoint Mark Cantley to a 3-year term on the Borough of Carnegie Shade Tree Commission effective July 1st, 2011.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to appoint Michael Troiani to a 4-year term on the Borough of Carnegie Shade Tree Commission effective July 1st, 2011.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
I'm opposed.
To Michael Troyan. Okay. Duly noted.
Motion to appoint Phil Salvato to a 4-year term on the Borough of Carnegie Shade Tree Commission effective July 1st, 2011.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to appoint Ken McFarland to a 5-year term on the Borough of Carnegie Shade Tree Commission effective July 1st, 2011.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to appoint Kerry Mooring to a 5-year term on the Borough of Carnegie Shade Tree Commission effective July 1st, 2011.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to appoint Councilman Sarsfield to serve on the Board of Carnegie, on the Borough of Carnegie Shade Tree Commission effective July 1st, 2011, with a term to expire on December 31st, 2011.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Committee reports, Administration and Finance, Councilman Veras.
I have nothing this evening.
Thank you. Code Enforcement, Councilwoman Kobe.
I really have nothing for code enforcement, but in regards to the Carnegie Children's Events Committee, even though it really doesn't have anything to do with it, I do want to remind everyone that there are no set programs or plans at the for 3rd or 4th of July Festival at Carnegie Park, other than we will be having fireworks on the 3rd of July at dusk at Carnegie Park, so don't forget about that. And also, a lot of you might remember last year the Salvation Army had their fruit and vegetable stand, and of course they have moved, and the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank and the Carnegie United Methodist Church have teamed up, and they are going to have a farm stand on Wednesday, starting this Wednesday through November the 16th, every Wednesday, 12 noon till 6 p.m. I do have some of these flyers if anyone wants to take one back to their office or whatever. And last year, I know they're very affordable, and they had great fresh fruits and vegetables. This year, I understand they're going to have baked goods, and they're going to have pierogies, frozen ones and ones already that you can eat or take with you. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say where. Thank you, Tricia. 515 Washington Avenue, Carnegie, which is the Carnegie United Methodist Church. It's real close to the old Salvation Army where they had it last year. I do have flyers, like I said, if anybody wants some. Thank you.
Public Works, Councilwoman Demko. Thank you. Public Safety, Councilman Sarsfield.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to extend a thanks and congratulations to our chief and our police department for their rapid response to what could have been a volatile situation on the 4th of June 2011. Because of Officer Gumb's good communication skills and good police work, a situation that could have been bad here in the borough was averted. And I also want to thank our neighboring police agencies for their assistance in the situation. Also want to congratulate our new constable here in the 1st Ward, Bill Gardner. Bill's not here this evening due to his work schedule, but I'm sure that he'll be quite an asset to the borough. He's had meetings with the chief, so Bill's completed all of his all of his training, and I believe he'll be quite an asset. He has 3 years' experience in a prior community, so he'll do quite a good job for us. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you. Community Development, Councilman DeLoss.
No report today, Mr. President.
Thank you. Chief, any report?
No report.
Chief Kandrax.
Yes, thanks, Mr. President. We answered 22 fire calls in the month of May, 200 EMS calls. Also to update you on the pump tests and everything's gone well. We've passed everything. The aerial ladder will be done the week of the 22nd of June, and then the preventative maintenance will be in a week after that. On the subscription drive you asked last month, we mailed out 5,254 subscriptions. We got back 753, which gives you a 14.3% return. And I do have a copy.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Junior Council.
I just wanted to remind everyone that this coming Saturday at high school, starting 12 o'clock on the field, is the relay flight. So I want to encourage everyone to show up for that. So I'll let them stand.
Thank you. Mayor's report.
Thank you, Mr. President. The mayor's report today is we have criminal arrests of 54 in this month. The traffic citations were at 83. We have 133 parking tickets and 963 complaint and self-initiated activities. We can discuss that a little bit later, whoever said that. It has been an extremely busy month for our officers. First of all, we are down an officer, and with vacation season coming up, our department is really stretched to the maximum. So I wanted to let everyone know they do an excellent job of covering the area that they have with the men that they have. And I will go on to some of the things that have really taken our attention this month. First of all, we made a fantastic arrest from there was a wanted fugitive who was staying at an apartment. He was staying with someone here in Carnegie, and we got wind of it. And to give you a quick description of the police report, we partnered with the Allegheny County Probation, Allegheny County Housing Department, and because of our excellent police report, we were able to identify the apartment that he was in, and we were able to raid that apartment, and we sent in the K-9 DACs who went in there and helped apprehend this individual, and we found all kinds of cash, drugs bagged as if there was a potential to do something else with these drugs, and we also found a loaded pistol with ammo, and actually, which seems to be dangerous ammo. So this arrest was made, and this individual is now off the streets. But it was definitely due to the great police work of our department. I appreciate their work. Also, you heard Mr. Sarsfield give the police report earlier, but I'm going to elaborate a little bit on the the job that we did securing an area. What had happened is we had gotten a call for an individual who was making threats to police officers, specifically our police department. So we went into action, we secured the area, and we engaged other communities to assist us with this. And as he mentioned, Officer Gump did a fantastic job. They ascertained this individual's cell phone number, and we found out he wasn't in the area that we thought he was supposed to be in, even though we secured that area, but we found out the area that he was in. And when we did that, Officer Gump totally de-escalated the situation, and another police department came and intervened, and this individual now is on his way to getting the assistance that he needs. We've also had a number of issues when it comes to disorderly conduct on First Avenue. And our officers have been called an extraordinary amount of times to handle this situation. We have a landlord who, under our policy, was found guilty for violating the ordinance 2238 at the magistrate's level, who will now begin proceeding eviction on this. But the eviction of this should have been done back in March. And since that time, we actually had, towards the end of March, we had 56 calls, not to mention additional foot patrols, additional surveillances that were allocated, we had to allocate to that area. So as you can see, it was an extremely busy month for our police department. I'm happy to say, though, the eviction process has begun. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it's a civil suit, and there'll be a hearing coming up. I just want to remind the landlords, especially the absentee landlords, who really do not take a lot of pride in our community, that we have ordinances that you need to adhere to. And I know some people aren't crazy about these ordinances, but many of our individuals are. They give us some teeth to defend some of our areas where we have problems. So we ask you to adhere to all our ordinances. We ask you to do background checks for your tenants. And we ask you to visit your properties and keep an eye on them. Know what's going on at your properties. Please don't be absentee landlords. I'd like to talk a little bit about soliciting. This is the time of year where you will see a lot of individuals coming through our borough, especially due to our location. We've heard location, all roads lead to Carnegie. That includes solicitors too. When you see solicitors in your area, we have an ordinance where solicitors need a permit. Now there's some solicitors that don't have to have a permit, but most who are for a for-profit organization do have to have a permit. We also have times in which a solicitor can engage in. But what I'd like everyone to know, when you do see these solicitors in your area, call 911, engage our police department. They will pay the solicitors a visit. Many solicitors are honest and above board, but if we have people coming door to door in our community, especially when there's a lot of seniors, we want to know who they are, what they're here for, and keep a record of it. That way we can at least pay a visit to them. So please keep an eye on your communities. When you see people going door to door, let us know immediately. Also like to alert people that there will be some different traffic patterns that will be happening on Route 50. Especially there's going to be a lot of construction from PennDOT, from Bowdoin Avenue all the way down to Bower Hill Avenue. And those traffic patterns will be disrupted throughout this summer and actually into next summer. And there will also be different traffic patterns for our portion of Route 50. There'll be a road closure sometime in August. Do we have a date yet, Chief, for that road closure?
Mid-August sometime, no firm date yet.
Mid-August. And Chief, could you let everybody know where it would be closed at on Route 50?
It'll be, our portion will be closed, excuse me, Washington Avenue at Trimble, but the detour will actually be Hope Hall Road, Green Tree Road, Forsyth Road.
Okay.
And maybe we can put that on the website, Chief, whenever.
As soon as we get firm date, yes, we will.
That's a good idea. Thank you. And I just wanted to let everyone know, because here we are in June, and before you know it, don't blink, we will be in August. And so you know that there will be a road closure. Now, this council up here and myself, we did a great job, I think, of pushing for that so it doesn't disrupt school and doesn't disrupt the high school football season. As we know, that's a religion here. We talk about religions. That's probably the biggest religion here in Western Pennsylvania. But so that's where that's at, and we will keep you abreast of the situation, including with, in the signal item.
Do you know how long that's supposed to be, Jeff?
They have to get it done within 10 days. So hopefully it'll be sooner than that, but
They're shooting before schools sort of almost close.
absolutely, yeah.
And council, we place parameters on the hours they work, but they're going to be a little elongated because they have to finish it. So hopefully there'll be more information in our next meeting. But if they get some rain, then they may have to go a little bit beyond those parameters because we don't want to close longer than 10 days. And I have some thank yous. The community has been great on a lot of different occasions. The first thank you that I have is for the flowers. We had the flowers donated this year, and the Cub Scout Pack 831 donated $100 towards the flowers. Lowe's gave us some at cost, and then they donated another $100 towards the flowers. And then Lee White and the Carnegie Community Development Corporation donated the rest of the money. And then one Sunday morning, late afternoon, Cub Scout Pack 831 did a great job of planting those flowers. They worked for about 4 hours, so I appreciate that, and I appreciate Public Works help in that situation too. There is one person here that I would like to acknowledge. It's Bridget Van Dorn. Not only did she select all the flowers, she actually planned how they're to be planted and kept everything going, because without her, they would still look crappy. I do not have a green thumb, so thank you so much for everything.
We just thank you for the water, that's the, if you get water, they always get better.
Also would like to thank our American Legion Post, the veterans of our American Legion Post, for their work on the Memorial Day Parade. It was a fantastic event. They did a great job. I'd like to thank Volmer of America and Standard Ceramics for their tour. They gave the 6th graders a tour of their businesses, part of our Career Lunch program. Our Career Lunch program ended with the tour of Volmer of America and Standard Ceramics. What we did is we had an individual from the community throughout the year come in once a month, whether it be a business or someone who lives here, and discuss the careers. And we provided the kids with a lunch, so that we had a career lunch once a month for the kids throughout the school year. So that was a tremendous success. And then there's also some residents who have received some fantastic honors. First of all, Carnegie Elementary 6th grader received the Citizenship Award. His name is James Verona Jr. They pick one student every year to receive this Citizenship Award, and their name goes on a plaque for all of eternity. But this is the winner this year is Carnegie resident and Carnegie 6th grader James Verona Jr. He's not here tonight, but it was a great ceremony. I would like to thank the ladies from the Second Baptist Church who are here today, and for the invite to Pastor Edith LaRue Davis's 5th pastoral anniversary over the weekend. She had a fantastic luncheon in which I gave our mayoral proclamation, and we are very honored to have Pastor Davis in our community. And a little background on the Second Baptist Church is they have been in our community servicing the needs of our community for 123 years. Now, they were rebuilt once back in 1947, but that's a lot of years to be part of this community. So please tell the pastor that everyone here on council gives her a warm thank you. And then lastly, one of our own has received a tremendous honor, and I will let Councilwoman Demko introduce him, and then I will read the letter that I presented at his award ceremony. Councilwoman Demko, would you do the honor?
Larry Wigner, I'm going to stand up for a minute, please. I want to congratulate you for getting your Eagle Scouts, and the mayor's going to read the letter. And Larry, by the way, is the one that did the tables up at the Carnegie Park for us, and also the baseball, the stands, bleachers, sorry.
And just to preface, this letter is in first person because they asked for a letter specifically from the mayor, but I know for a fact that everyone on council feels the same way, so please don't take it that it's in first person in any way other than it was a letter from the mayor, so that's why it's in first person. But I know we all think very highly of Larry. Dear Larry, congratulations on receiving the Scouting's highest award, the Eagle Scout. I know this is a very special award because I too was once a Scout, though not an Eagle Scout. It takes many years of hard work and commitment to achieve this award. You should be extremely proud of your achievement. First of all, I want to personally thank you for choosing to do your Eagle Scout service project at Carnegie Park. You did a wonderful job restoring the picnic tables, landscaping the war memorial, and enclosing the trash cans in wooden frames. These much-needed renovations have made Carnegie Park more aesthetic. It has been an honor to get to know you as a junior member of Carnegie Council. In my opinion, you are a young man of tremendous character and truly deserving of the Eagle Scout Award. Your work as president of the Interact Club, stage manager for the musicals, and active member of student government demonstrates your ability to be a leader amongst your peers. I believe you truly are an asset to Scouts, your school, and our community. I am grateful and proud that you reside in the borough of Carnegie. Once again, congratulations on your award. This achievement is a great honor. Your family, fellow Scouts, and community members are very proud of your accomplishment. Keep up the excellent work. And then just a couple other minor things that we have. I'm going to ask President Katina to talk a little more about the R2 and R1 letter that was sent out. That's been an initiative that both he and I have been very supportive of. So it's been a long time in coming. He can explain a little bit what we have is we're hoping to change the zoning on Library Hill to R1, but I'll let President Katina talk about that. And then in the near future, from last year's beautification meeting, those who attended, we had a couple initiatives. In the near future, we hope to bring those initiatives to fruition, including an Adopt a Street program and a Blighted, Abandoned, and Vacant Property Task Force. So we're all going to be working on those initiatives, hopefully together. Lastly, it is graduation season, and with that comes responsibility. Have fun, enjoy yourselves, but please do not drink and drive. Do the right thing. Thank you.
Is there any general public comment? Anyone wishing to come forward, state their name?
Joanne Prion. I want to commend Carol Covey for her thoughtful expression of taking time and not rushing this vote tonight. That was shows you're using, the brains God gave you. And to like.
And we're not?
No, you're not. You're telling
Thank
me, no, I don't mean to be argumentative or anything. It's
Sounds
just
like it.
everything, yeah, I understand what you're saying. But everything, there's an equal action and reaction. And my reaction to your action of voting so quickly on this tonight, whenever what I'm hearing, in other words, is you don't care what anybody else has to say. Your mind is already made up. You don't have an open mind because you don't want to hear what anyone else has to say. You've already made up your mind. And believe me, your constituents know that too. At any rate, I think it's a mistake to do it so quickly. Now, while I'm here, this building was opened in 2002. Chief, how many times have I asked that the American flag be properly illuminated? Many times. Now, why was that never happened? Well, not you. I don't blame you, council, because you weren't here. But the councils in general, in the past, nothing was ever done. Drive down this way at night. It actually brings tears to my eyes to see our American flag in darkness. And Sarsfield, Mayor Sarsfield, excuse me, like Sarsfield, you were saying about the military. Do you not notice the flag is not properly illuminated? Ever. Not ever. And it has not been since the very beginning.
I thought it was along with an attitude.
Excuse me?
I thought I heard somewhere along the way that it was along with an attitude.
In 1982, yes, they changed the flag code, and it is law. Absolutely. But we don't adhere to it, and how quickly we can do something like this. And can I get some sort of a promise that you'll look into having the flag properly illuminated?
Yes.
I would advise you to check with Oakdale. They have, their flag's always lit, and they have at the bottom, you know, to shine up. Now, I know the Public Works, I don't know what they were doing because there's an arc to light it. And the way they place the lights, the back of the flag is lit. It makes no sense. When this building was built, there was an architectural flaw. I called the architects in Ohio, and they said, no, it's not. Those 3 tubes up on the roof, you've seen the tubular black tubes, have you noticed them? Never saw them. Look up on the roof, and it shines down on the back of the flag. It's an architectural flaw. They would do nothing about it. And I would like to see, before I die, that flag properly illuminated. Because I hear all this talk about military, military, military. But I know the military reveres the flag. That's our standard. And can I get some sort of a promise that you will look into having that taken care of?
I said yes, we will look into it.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm hard of hearing too, among other things. Okay, thank you. And one more thing. Did we get new equipment to cut the grass at Carnegie Park? Whoever cut the grass most recently within the last couple of weeks, I didn't notice it so much tonight, but it's the best it's ever been. That grass was cut the best it's ever been. And tell whoever cut it, they did a good job.
Sharpened blades.
You sharpened the blades. It looks really good. So, thank you.
Thank you.
I talked to Mike and I talked to Carol earlier. My name is Basil Lyman, and I have a barber shop in Carnegie. I've been here for 52 years. I started working for my father. He was here in 1932. We've got 80 years. I don't think there's anybody in town who got that much time here. I haven't made a living on that barber shop for 20 years. I got this notice. I talked to Carol, I talked to Mike. With my income and my Social Security, I'm $12,000 below poverty level. I got this tax notice, which is, for me, totally ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous. It's a business tax. Now, I come to work every morning. When I get there, my block is clean. I clean it. I pick up every paper, every bottle. And if I see somebody doing anything, I tell them about it. I think I'm an asset to the town. I'm one of the last ones standing from when this town was a great time. I don't think I should pay a dime in business tax, not a red cent. I can't afford this to begin with. Okay? I can't. Like I said, I'm $12,000 below the poverty level. That's what I earn. I'd like to have something done here. Is there any way I can get anything done here?
You're asking for forgiveness of your business privilege tax?
Absolutely. Forgiveness, completely.
The only problem with that is, I understand how you're $12,000 below the poverty line, but the problem is, if we forgive your business privilege tax, do we forgive everyone's business privilege tax?
No. You find out who's making money in this time, which I don't know who is. And based on their income, you grab them. If you want to make more money, very easy in this time, you get all these rotten buildings that are half falling down and start finding those people. Every month find them. You'll get money there, all the money you need. You don't need to hurt somebody like me. Okay? I'm an asset to this town. I'm the last one standing. We got 80 years. When I started here, there was 23 barbers in Carnegie. There's one now, me. And I can't make a living. The only reason I'm down here is because Mr. Moretti is my landlord. The only reason. I got $100 increase in my rent in 42 years. And most of the time, I don't even pay the rent because I do work for him. I don't come here often. I think I've been here a couple of times. But this is hitting way below the belt for me. I'd like to have something done.
We'll take what you brought before us tonight under advisement, and we'll get back to you.
You want this paper?
No, we have a copy, thank you.
Well, they're finding me $50 already, and they're gonna find me another 100 in 120 days. And I'm gonna try to get, if this does, something happens, I'm gonna try to get a public defender, see if I can do something here, because this is not right. This is kicking the guy when he's down and out.
I understand, we'll address it. Is there any other comment?
Darlene Cronson. I missed the past several meetings due to a death in my family and illness. And prior to that, I had came up and I had mentioned a list of things and not in any specific order, but here we go. I asked about 4 or 5 months ago about the 25-mile-per-hour signs from the top of Green Tree Road down to the Trestle Bridge on Forsyth. You told me that they were ordered, they're ordering goods. Does it take 5 months to get?
I don't know, Darlene, I'll have to check with Public Works. Keith told me that he ordered the signs.
Okay. You also told me that for years you've tried to help me with, from Trestle Street, from the Trestle Bridge down to Mallett's. That's a state maintained road, and you've tried to help me with the speeding there. You told me for years we were going to try and borrow. You're going 45 and the speed limit's 25, and then you told me Carnegie had one of those machines and you were going to put it in my front yard so that the people could actually see how fast they were picked up speed going those 2 football fields before they started coming down the hill. I've been waiting, Jeff, for those speed limits on.
You're talking about the speed trailer?
Yeah, you said you had one.
Unfortunately, we do, but it's not working.
Okay. I also requested in the, I believe it was January, February, since I had seen it on the news about the fire hydrants being flushed. Both, there's 2 fire hydrants, they're both about 1.5 to 2 blocks away from my home. You told me when the weather got warm that you would see about having them flushed out so that I may not.
That would be for Chief Kendricks.
So that I may not have to worry that if, God forbid, my house catches on fire, that we have low water pressure when they're almost 2 blocks away to begin with. I'm on Chestnut Street, the closest ones to me are on the other side of Gormley, and I'm on Wabash.
Well, that's under contract with Pennsylvania American Water. They do it once a year. They'll come around and then you'll see either a circle on the fire hydrant that has been tested. If there's any problems, then they take care of it. That's done once a year.
Chief, can you call Pennsylvania American Water on her behalf to see when they're going to be up in her area?
In fact, they're in the area now.
Yeah, if you could check with
Yeah,
them.
I'll do it, but they do it once a year.
Thank you very much. I also recently gained employment for a school bus company, and I would like to point out, it just amazed me that on 220th Street, you come out, I'm not sure if it's 2nd Avenue and 2nd Street, when they come together, there's an intersection of 6 streets there, and there's not one stop sign. I talked to Mr. Snyder, and he said there used to be a stop sign at the end of 2nd Street. It's no longer there. I was coming back with my student vehicle Friday morning. 2 police officers were coming down from the business horizontal or vertical this way. One officer went right by. I'm coming horizontal. The other officer in the plain car stopped. I mean, I think to myself, God forbid if my brakes would fail and I would have hit a police officer, but there isn't any stop signs there, no yield signs, nothing. I think that somebody should look into that because we need some stops. There is one stop sign in this parking lot and it's catty corner and it's faded. It's down here, I'm talking about up here, you come this way, there's a business up here, there's a business right here, you have the street running vertical, you have the street running 2nd Avenue, where 2nd Avenue meets 2nd Street. Over here, you have school buses coming out of here. There's not one stop sign of any sort whatsoever.
I believe under the ordinance, Darlene, that the stop sign is at the corner of 2nd Avenue and 2nd Street there. We can go back and check that. If we need to next month, we can adopt an ordinance to allow putting in another stop sign there.
Well, if you take it from me, there isn't any stop sign anywhere.
Right, the one that's there is faded, so we need to erect a new one and then we can take a look at that.
Even the faded one's gone. There isn't any signs there at all. Okay, now here we go with my Chestnut Street again. The weeds on the right-hand side going up Chestnut Street are about 3.5 to 4 foot tall. They're almost as high as the backs of the cars. Once it gets through, within another month, they'll be up over the cars. I'd like to have them all whacked down because I have a fear of something coming out and I can't see it. It shouldn't be like that. And then on the right-hand side, you got the sidewalk where it's overgrowing again. I want this community to look nice. When the people that are driving through it from the detours and whatnot, I want it to look nice. Not weeds growing up everywhere, trash everywhere. And now that I'm driving through this community every day, dropping off and picking up school students, I see many stop signs bent over and stuff. This needs to be picked up and taken care of. I mean, it's like I said, driving through it each day. I'll give you another example. On, is it Morrow Avenue? M-O-R-R-O-W off of Run Street. I have a vintage car in my garage that I have covered. For the past 5 months as I drive down there, I want to take my car out of my garage so I can rent it out to somebody and make some money. And I want to put my vintage car on the sidewalk like the person's doing up there for 5 months now. They're using the sidewalk as a storage facility. Why is that?
That's just sad.
5 months that car's been there. I drive it 5 days a week.
Mary Ellen, do you know the address on Justice?
I live on Morrow.
It's on Morrow.
And I asked a question once about parking in front of my house, like one spot, up there, the day I pulled, a long time ago. Anyhow, I'm taking her